Robin here. Just really want to make a quick video basically explaining to you how I was able to go about generating 8 opportunities, which is about close to 60 grand for me, in pipeline value just within 1 week of sending out my first cold email campaign. Literally. Okay. I don't have time because I only have about like 7 more minutes to record this and publish this. So I'm going to go through it very fast and I guess high leveled and just give you what really matters instead of wasting your time like a bunch of people try to do, which is what I'm doing right now anyway. But hey, let's get to it. So in a nutshell, there are, I'd say, about 2 main things that really enabled me to go about getting this cold email campaign to this reply rate and open rate and also generate this much opportunities. Number 1 was actually just setting up the cold email infrastructure. Okay, let me give you an example of what that kind of looks like. The PE. This is what that looks like, okay? So when it comes to cold emails, you just really want to make sure your DNS records are set up. That's number 1. Okay, you want to make sure your DNS records are set up. Because if your DNS records aren't set up properly, it's like you're mailing mail on someone's behalf with your signature, right? Or for example, you're mailing your own mail, because the way this, I'm going to explain DNS to you if you don't know what it is. If you know what it is, then you can bear with me. But DNS records in a nutshell, right, is like your signature, your approval. You're saying that, yes, this is coming from me. This message is coming from me. So if you don't have your DNS records set up, if you don't know what that is, I think you should go probably do some more research on it thoroughly, because I should be the last person to explain that to you. If your DNS records aren't set up properly, it's like you're mailing mail to someone, right? It's like you're writing mail, sending someone, but then using a different signature, right? Whoever's going to receive it is going to be like, this is not Robin's signature. I don't think this is from him. They're going to discard it, right? So the same thing with when you're cold emailing. If you don't have your DNS records set up, you're going to be mailing people, but then Google or Outlook is going to be rejecting because they think it's coming from somebody else. Hopefully that explains stuff properly. And I know I did say it's two parts to it, but number 2 is really going to be 3. So number 1, of course, DNS records. Number 2 is really making sure you gather a good lead list. Because the people you're prospecting, if you're sending emails to, if you're sending to bad emails or whatnot that aren't cleaned, my friend, it doesn't matter if you set all this up, you're still going to end up being like someone who didn't set it up, because the more your emails bounce, as in it's not being delivered, that basically means your deliverability rate is going to be tanking. Deliverability rate basically means the amount of people the amount of times your email gets into someone's inbox, basically, right? It's going to be tanking due to the fact that the people you're messaging either are not even actual inboxes or just outdated emails. Number 3 is just really copy. To be able to get anything like this, from our perspective, of course, before anything, God is going to be number 1, right? But we're just not going to mention that right now. Really, the third thing is going to be testing, optimizing copy. You have to test out different headlines. You have to test stuff out. Literally, like you have to. Let me show you an example. Like you have to test out angles. You know what I'm saying? You gotta test out copies in different. I got this from Daniel Fazio, by the way. But you have to test stuff out in different angles, and that's exactly what I'm even doing over here. Okay, that's what you're doing. You see, I'm gonna go for an investment bank example. You see this? Like this is, you see, look, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at how many copies I test. This is the first campaign. Look how many copies I test. Now that I get something, for example, this copy over here is getting a lot of responses, but people hate it. No, not this copy. The follow-up that I'm doing at the bottom, people hate it. Right? Boom. So now I see that doesn't work. I'm going to change that. And you keep changing. Before you realize, you get a copy that makes sense. And boom. And I say probably, even though I said it's two things, then I said 3. Now I'm saying it's 4. Number 4, really have low expectations. I had no expectation when I ran this test out campaign. My only intention was just have emails go out. That was my only intention. I swear to God, wallahi, that was my only intention, to just send the emails out. And I said I'll be content Just having me going out. That I didn't care if the emails didn't go out. I didn't care if it was landing spam. I didn't care, like, for example, because sometimes you can send emails up and it's going and then it won't go to the inbox. Like, we have a server issue. I was like, you know what? I don't care whatever happens. I just want to start the campaign, literally. And alhamdulillah, I got more than that. I even got book calls and so much more. Someone responded right now, probably not interested, right? Yeah. You see? So Robin, not interested, you can take me off the target list. Boom. So you're not applicable to me as I'm not a customer for you. Boom. Family, not interested. Boom. You see? These are polite emails though, right? And these aren't even personalized. These are kind of a bit generic, and I'll just use a bunch of syntaxes and stuff like that. I'll make another video and talk more about this. But with that being said, if someone does watch this, you get to this, holla at me and I'll make a specific video for you, whatever you want. With that being said, I have 2 minutes to upload these videos, and